It's not saying that every member has to campaign as a progressive in a traditional progressive way, but it's to say that we have assets to offer the party that the party has not yet, fully leaned into or exploited. And I believe that we can take some of these seats. I think Katie Porter's an amazing example, Michael Levin. There are swing seats. Every single swing seat member that co-sponsored Medicare for All won their reelection.
Right.
And so the conversation's a little bit deeper than that, than just saying, anything progressive is toxic and a losing message. He acknowledged the enormous role that communities of color, Black communities, Latino communities, the trans community, etc., played in his victory. And we also know that majorities of these communities are progressive. They make up not just the progressive base, but the base of the Democratic Party. When we gin up the grassroots and we celebrate them to the election, we should also celebrate them in our governance. So I think a fair amount for us. I think we owe everyday communities. I think we owe the poor, middle class, working class, Black communities, communities of color, immigrant communities, a great deal in seeing them and honoring them in our legislation. There's a marked difference between 2020 and 2016 in how the Democratic Party was able to unify, to Joe Biden's credit, before the election and get everyone on the same page to make sure that we vote Donald Trump out of office. That being said, there are, at least in the House caucus, very deep divisions within the party, and I believe that we need to really come together and not allow Republican narratives to tear us apart. And so the question that we have is, how can we build a more effective Democratic operation that is stronger and more resilient to Republican attacks? And I believe that there are many areas that we can point at in centralized Democratic operations that are extraordinarily weak. I'm going to be spending my next couple of months doing everything that I can to extend help and offer support to the work of fantastic leaders that we just heard from, like Stacey Abrams, to make sure that we don't have a Republican Senate majority, that we win these races in Georgia, that we secure a Democratic Senate majority so that we don't have to negotiate in that ways.